Okay, last one is what we call arm by side deep squat, and this is probably the most challenging movement for most people, and that's why it's the last one in this screen. So Emma, we're going to start with shoulder width apart. Her goal is to have the arms by her side and go into a deep squat. It takes a look at ankle dorsiflexion, this angle here, pelvic tilt, anterior or posterior to the pelvis, whether or not she goes into a goaltending or a knee valgus position, and whether she has to bend forward. So Emma, please go ahead and demonstrate the movement. Okay, so doesn't quite break 90, has decent dorsiflexion, she doesn't go out there. We look for pain. Does she have pain associated with it?
No.
No pain. But she has a hard time doing it. And this is where most of my clientele suffer. They say, hey Robin, I've never done a squat, my hips don't move that way, I have stiff knees. Let's see if she actually has stiff knees and her hips don't move that way. Hold my hand, Emma. Pretend she's using me like a TRX. She leans back, guess what? She can do a squat. She just has a hard time doing it on her own. So that's more from motor control than a physical issue there.
If you struggle with the deep squat or you struggle flexing at the hips like Emma does, here's a drill that might help. So what we're doing is we're just going to do a sit to stand drill. So if you see here, her back's nice and straight. She's not flexed over like she was in that assessment. So Emma, just stand right up. So that looks like a good squat. Her angle stayed good. So now I want you to sit down and actually trust that the chair is there and stay upright. Good. So that is so much better than what she looked like in her test. You would practice this maybe 5 to 10 times just to kind of get the body right. Another way would be to hold something and do a squat, and it would help to maintain your upright posture. Both of these things are great to help with your deep squat. Try it out, I know it's going to help.
Okay, so if you struggle with the deep squat, then you're really going to have a hard time maintaining your posture during the downswing. So we have talked about this before. As you can see, when Mark goes into his backswing, as he starts the downswing, ideally we would like his hips to stay nice and bent. He stays in his posture, gets into that nice good impact position. But what we'll tend to see if you have trouble in your deep squat is that you'll lift, the hips fire forward. You aren't able to stay down on the golf ball, so you get a little bit flippy. You'll probably lose a lot of shots to the right or have to save them by flipping your hands around to the left.